It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Alexander Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach. And they'll be facing Tyson Fury. He is a whopping 206 centimeters tall with a reach of 216.
Remember, there's a shorter reach here, so now they have to slip inside and use the speed, use the proximity, and that timing to time off the long jab that comes in to jump over the top. It's about skills now. Skills will pay the bills.
Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. He's so big and yet so light on his feet. No one moves around the ring quite like this man.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? Neither fighter willing to slow down. What a punch. They both want the knockout. That counter punch caught him clean. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Tom. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Big swing and a miss with the hook. There's a counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Beautiful counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. for it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather right back into the action. And there's the bell to start round two. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Missing with the hook. Beautiful counter shot. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. They got out of the way of that right hook. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. How about that time counter shot? This fight is all about distance for this man, and you can see he's using that length advantage.
You cannot beat a good old-fashioned long jab. Nobody can get past that.
Beautiful counter punch. The straight right just misses. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action. The bell rings and we start the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Only catching air with that hook. Nice counter shot. When you're fighting a massive heavyweight like this, you can't go toe-to-toe. You got to stick and move and use angles.
There's a lot of weight there to give away, and if you're giving away that weight, you've got to use it to the maximum because you've got to be smart. Every shot hurts. It's not about skill, it's more about power.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter punch caught him clean. And that hook misses. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he misses with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the dangerous fight.
Uppercut misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he scores with the counter. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Big shots from both these fighters. To be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's a counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. That counter punch caught him clean. Just missing with the uppercut. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
You'd like to see more jabs. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
A perfect counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
It's bombs away. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fight. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. You can't score with that uppercut. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. Let's start the 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's done.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Tyson Fury just got rocked. Do you believe this? A perfect counter lands. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagan and pickpocket them.
It's all offense all the time. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Swing and a miss with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice counter. How about that time counter shot? They better start respecting each other's punching power. That counter punch caught him clean. Swing and a miss with the right hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The jab doesn't quite connect. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set for another round. And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Through the hook, it didn't land. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And the big cat goes down. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action. And there's the bell for round 8. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
He misses with that straight left. Those counter punches have to hurt. This is a high-octane battle. Back and forth they go. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3 full-shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Do you believe what we are seeing? Swing and a miss with that hook. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. There's the bell to start round 9. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. Throws the jab and doesn't score. There's a counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. counter punch. Nice counter shot. You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Those counter punches have to hurt. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Jab can't find a home. Good counter punching. These two were made for each other. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That hook was off target. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Usyk couldn't take anymore, and down he goes. Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back the next round.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action. And there's the bell for round 10. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
That counter shot lands. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice counter shot. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Usyk might go down here. What an upset. was the moment.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Have to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Straight right, just misses. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. His stamina is off the charts. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Just missed with that hook. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action. And there's the bell to start round 11. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
See if they go to the body. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. That left hook missed. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I need to see that again.
happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.